Imagine being on a winter vacation, and skiing down the most amazing slope you've ever seen. Suddenly, you hear a rumble behind you, and even before turning around, every fiber in your body starts tingling with fear because you already instinctively know what it is. You turn around to see a huge mass of snow and debris heading your way, and you start speeding downhill as fast as you can. You can hear it behind you. The rumble is getting closer and closer, and suddenly you find yourself twisting and turning and rolling for what seems to be an eternity. Then everything stops, and all you can hear is your heartbeat. You are alive, but you don't know where, how deep, or even what's up and what is down. What do you do? Avalanches are deadly natural disasters that happen quickly and unexpectedly. But every once in a while, someone survives the ordeal and is able to tell their story. In this video, we will explore the inspiring stories of the top 5 people who have survived avalanches. From those who managed to dig their own way out, to those who were rescued just in time. These are tales of incredible courage and strength in the face of adversity. And, if you watch until the end, we will give you awesome tips on how to survive an avalanche, if it does happen. Avalanches happen when large masses of snow, ice, and rock fall down mountainsides at high speeds, typically triggered by a disturbance, such as a heavy snowfall or goofy skiers. This can cause massive destruction and, for those caught in them, often means death. They can happen anywhere outdoors where there is a mountain with snow, and they often occur in areas where people ski, snowboard, or otherwise spend time in cold temperatures. Avalanches can be deadly, but those who are fortunate enough to survive these powerful forces of nature often have a story to tell. For example, a skier in Austria survived an avalanche after being buried for 17 minutes under the snow. He recalls being cold and feeling scared. But despite this, he was able to fight for his life and make it out alive. His story of survival gives us hope and shows us that even in the toughest of times, we can find strength within ourselves. Here are the top 5 people who have survived an avalanche, along with their stories. In December 2016, a 24-year-old skier named Carl Chappell was caught in an avalanche while skiing in the Alps. After being buried in snow for 30 minutes, Chappell emerged without any broken bones or injuries. He credited his survival to his snow shovel and an air pocket he had managed to create while under the snow. In February 2020, 14-year-old Celeste Yarnall was skiing in the Sierra Nevada mountains when she was caught in an avalanche. She was dragged more than 200 yards and buried in the snow, but was luckily able to free herself in 15 minutes by kicking her way out. In March 2014, a skier named Hudson was skiing in the French Alps when he was swept away by an avalanche. Despite being buried under 15 feet of snow, Hudson miraculously survived with only minor injuries. He credited his survival to the winter gear he was wearing and a quick response by the ski patrol. In January 2009, 13-year-old Kaylee Tattersall was skiing with her family in Austria when she was caught in an avalanche. She was swept off a ridge and plunged hundreds of feet before she was stopped by a tree. Despite sustaining some broken ribs, Kaylee survived the ordeal and managed to climb to safety. In April 2007, 29-year-old Steve Astorino was skiing in Alaska when he was caught in an avalanche. He was buried for 12 minutes, but managed to survive by forming an air pocket with his body. Astorino suffered from several broken bones and hypothermia, but recovered completely after receiving medical treatment. Each of these 5 individuals was incredibly lucky to survive such deadly avalanches. Although luck played a part, their quick thinking and protective gear also helped them make it through this terrible ordeal. If you're planning to ski in snowy regions, it is important to stay alert and always be prepared for potential avalanches. Whether it be luck, smarts, or sheer determination, these survivors have proven that even in the face of a seemingly insurmountable danger, there is still hope for survival. Their stories are truly remarkable, and give valuable insight into how people can survive such deadly events. As we have seen, avalanches are an unpredictable force of nature and can be incredibly dangerous. If there is something to be learned from these stories is that preparation and knowledge are key when it comes to surviving an avalanche. The best way to avoid being caught in an avalanche is by understanding the risks associated with it and taking the necessary precautions. Here are some more survival tips when it comes to avalanches. First, it's important to check the forecast for avalanche risk before heading out into the wilderness. Knowing the area you're entering, any recent weather changes, and what kind of terrain you'll be in can help prepare you for the potential risks. Second, when venturing into an area where there is a risk of an avalanche, it's important to travel with a partner and let someone know your plans ahead of time. If you're on your own, leave a note with your plans and expected return time. Third, always wear a helmet and an avalanche transceiver. It is a device that transmits a signal that can be detected. Both of these items can save your life if you're caught in an avalanche. Fourth, if you notice any warning signs that an avalanche may be imminent, such as cracks appearing in the snow or recent avalanches in the area, take precautionary measures and get away from the area as soon as possible. Finally, if you do get caught in an avalanche, don't panic. Make yourself heavy by curling into a ball and try to grab onto something solid, such as a tree or boulder. As best you can, stay on the surface of the avalanche and make sure to conserve your energy and to breathe calmly while waiting for assistance to arrive. By taking these precautions, you can significantly increase the chances of surviving an avalanche. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something that might one day help save your or someone else's life. If you liked the video and want to see more, let me know by subscribing to the channel. And if you want me to go into more detailed tips on how to survive an avalanche, comment below with the tag #FoolproofSurvival and I will happily oblige.